I actually think ours is probably in the 200,000 range. Definitely not worth a slot just yet, but this one's in the 200 range. This belt was around 75, 80,000 if we want to put it up. This one was, I think it was worth around 100, and then this one wasn't worth anything. If that was right. Okay, let's take a look at this dagger. Alright, already got that magic find gone, because since we were the lowest one, so rather than compete with 50 other 300 spears at or around the 1 to 1.5 million mark. Okay, and it opens up some slots for us to sell other things. Okay, so we're looking at like 120 crit damage, 110 crit damage. We can put in that comfortably. So for 50,000 you can already get one that's better. So that tells you a lot. Alright. There's only one of them though, so I'm gonna... I know this is correct, but just for the sake of explaining a rule, this might be super lucky a low priced item, even though in reality it's not, but it might be since you only got one result returned, so it's better to increase your range there, look for some more, and just verify that notion holds true. The numbers drop pretty quickly, but there are two other high 500s that are better than ours, also with better numbers and better affixes, so higher natural crit damage, whatnot. Intellect, vitality, resist all, but incredibly low numbers. This is the one I was going to show you. Just put a 1 in front. Okay. Intellect, vitality, all resist. 60, 60, 30. What a joke. 1,000 gold. This guy, okay. So this one, you could vendor it for 1434, but he wants to sell it for 2 and lose 300 in auction house fees. So he wants to take 1,700 gold instead of the 1434 you could vendor it for. It's awesome. And this guy, he wants 1,000 gold, and he's only going to get 850 from the auction house. So he's listing this for 59 gold potential profit. 59 gold. I think he probably put that up there just to prove a point. Where'd it go? Here. And I'm searching really close to the vest here, but if you just increase the intellect, boom, 500,000. If you increase the vitality, boom, 3 million. If you increase the resistance, boom, 8 million. So doubling the resistance, almost tripled the price, 2.5 times on the vitality, and it almost tripled the price, and more than doubling the intellect took us from 1,000 up to 400,000. So you see that massive steep climb that you have just getting into, just in triple digits, just in these hundreds. You can even leave this at 30. Just at the triple digit mark, you've already gone from 1,000 to 100,000. So it's so important just to hit, these were 90. 50,000. You've cut it in half, even though it's 97 and 95, so close to triple digits, it immediately, value's cut in half. It's just human nature. You know, it's the difference of 9 and 10 is completely irrelevant in reality, but you know, we ascribe a value to 10 because we count in groups of 10, denominations of 10. And just because that's the way we've determined to structure our universe, we count in tens and hundreds. So it has a lot of power. Don't underestimate that. Okay, next. That same sort of notion is like when I talk about wanting to put a gem into something. If I have to make a decision on, where's a good example? Here we go. This has 69 intellect, so I'd need to put a 42, or excuse me, if I put a 34 gem in here, I would just barely clear and make 103 intellect. So that'd be just enough to clear that for triple digits, and then I could use that other gem for vitality, also a 34, and then I could easily have both in the triple digits. I wouldn't need to invest in any higher gems. No one's searching for the difference between 103 and 107. So why upgrade that topaz? Makes no sense whatsoever. The flip side of that is I'm absolutely willing to spend another 15,000 or another 70,000 to go up higher and higher on emeralds, for example, or topazes, if I need to hit that triple digit mark with a piece of gear, or the going from the 100s into the 200s. It's really valuable. Obviously not if the price of the gem is anywhere near the price of the item, but that rarely is the case. I mean, we're only talking the 34 or the 38 or the 42 stat gems. Okay. Gold find and pickup radius. That's all we're going to search for. Really, really low. But this is low level items. So we've got 18 and 7. So I'm going to just put in 15 here. Actually 16, because I think 15 is the cutoff for lower level items. You can only cap at 15 gold find. Look at that. Not putting in any sort of gold find gets you the lower level items, and it goes down super to 5,000 gold. But you put in 16, and ours is 18, I believe, and all of a sudden you've gone up a whole other tier, and you're in the half a millions for what was, to anyone else who just glosses over this, a total piece of shit item. All too often I'm talking to people in trade, and they're posting crap and complaining about how, oh, I never get any drops, I haven't even made a million off of an item. And they'll post something with gold find and pickup radius, and I'll start a conversation with them. I'll walk them through the process, and they don't realize that bots are getting banned and re-leveling 24/7, and they need this gear. They need pickup radius because you can't code an artificial intelligence to run around intelligently and pick up the gold that it's killed mobs from and made drop. You want it to run straight down the line in, like Act 3 Nightmare and the Ariat craters, and you want it to be able to just run around and pick up everything. And to do that, it needs pickup radius on as many of its pieces as it possibly can. So it's willing to go lower on the gold find percentage if it means that it can pick up things on the edge of the screen. And to do that, you're going to need 10 to 12 pieces of your gear to have pickup radius. If you can do that, if you can get your pickup radius beyond 50 yards, you're golden. So what would you rather have? 9% more gold on this piece, or just actually missing entire piles of gold, which can get quite big when you get your gold find up to between 200 and 300%. Just missing entire piles of gold. That radius is going to be much more valuable. I'm sure they actually have an acceptable equation for minus gold percent plus pickup radius and what's viable and what's not. But I think it's always surprising how many people don't realize this. It's just a way for you to make a little bit of money back off of the people that are ruining the economy in this game and botting. And it's not like you're helping them, and if you don't sell gold find pickup radius gear, they're going to be destroyed and they're going to quit. It's no bearing whatsoever. You are not supporting the endeavor whatsoever. Um, Blizzard is going to be doing their part and banning them as quickly and as efficiently as they can. I think you just got to trust in that. And it's evident that this stuff keeps selling and selling and selling. Because real people aren't going to be needing pickup radios on every single piece that they buy. So these would not be selling like hotcakes the way they do. Okay, so 570. Ours, it's decent to note, has a ton of dexterity, which really shouldn't make too much of a difference, but I'll just illustrate this. It doubled up to 1,000,000, but that could very well be just because of the total irrelevance of that single stat. So I'm going to put these up for a little bit higher than the bottom. I think they sell fast enough that you can generally, you don't have to be the cheapest. I've been selling Goldfind Pickup Radius gear very consistently ever since I hit Inferno. Okay, we've got Intellect, Resist All. It's really tough to do the reduced damage against ranged unless it's a really great piece. And then you have a much larger number to work with, and you can value it in terms of like, okay, this is a 10 or 15% valuation higher. It's a bonus affix. But when you're looking at a piece that's really only going to be 100,000 to begin with, it's really tough. So I'm just going to search Intellect, Vitality, and Resist All, and it's not going to come back very, very pretty. We have 45, 60, and 60, and I'm being generous. 48, 60, and 60. That's a lot higher than I normally would go to my values. Yeah, 10,000. So the presence of a reduced damage from ranged attack is really not going to make a difference. Like, what can you do? You can double the value of the piece just from that one affix. So what? You're at 20,000, and your audience isn't going to recognize that at the 10,000 range. No one at the 10,000 range of Gearbind is going to give a shit because they don't understand that affix. Alright. Intellect, Vitality, and Crit. Probably just do Intellect, Life Regen, and Crit, and then scroll for Vitality. 70, 250, and 4.5. So there's a really big difference here. Let's see what the difference is. This one has Vitality. This one doesn't. Interesting. And this one doesn't as well. So this tells me that this one is very underpriced. So I'm just going to scoop this one up. See, it's only been up for less than 4 hours. So I'm going to scoop this one up because this looks like a pretty steady floor here. They're all pretty, fairly densely packed up to 1,000,000. So ours has Vitality and a little higher numbers than everything else. So I think we could easily get away undercutting all of this stuff, and for a piece that very often even I would have overlooked just because of the lack of resists and the low crit chance, could snag a pretty decent sale here. So I'm going to go with 350 and 415. So once this sells, I'll have another clear bottom to this, and then I can list the one I just bought as well. So not only did I get a decent amount, clear 360,000 after fees, I'll also be able to flip that other one for probably triple its price after fees. and it's a very small flip. By no means is it something amazing. It's just